Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975, and welcome to another 10 great arcade conversions on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that Sinclair ZX Spectrum was my first machine and my favourite machine of all time. And in the right hand, it was capable of punching so far above its weight. Now, if you're not from the United Kingdom and don't know what it is, I'll just quickly inform you of two things. There were two versions. There was a 48K version and there was a 128K version. Alright, granted there was a 16K version, but we don't include that in this list of arcade conversions and ports. Anyway, the point being, you would not think that mainstream arcade games, such as, Outrun, Afterburner, Thunderblade, stuff like that, Shinobi, which I have covered in previous top 10s, could be ported to such a machine that had such a limited amount of, well, not just, grunt, horsepower or memory, but also colour and things like that, and suffer from various problems such as attribute clash. Now that's why I like to do these videos, because there are so many arcade ports on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum that I can keep on pumping these out. And hell, when I run out of good ones, I might even start covering, just for shits and giggles, some of the bad ones. So this is going to be another top 10 list. But where this one is going to be a bit different, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Obviously, I will see the Spectrum through different eyes than the majority of you out there in subscriber land, because you didn't grow up with it. So I've tried to pick some ones in this video that are generally very, very impressive and really punching above their weight when it comes to things such as the amount of colour on the screen. So take it with a pinch of salt when you look at it and think, really Dave, you picked that one? Because go back to what I said at the start of this intro about the sheer, lack of memory this machine had, and then think about the arcade game that I am playing at the time in this video, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's get into it. No particular order, just 10 great punching above their weight ZX Spectrum arcade ports. Let's jump straight into this with Alien Storm on Sinclair ZX Spectrum, released in 1991 by US Gold and released on all the usual suspects, based on the arcade machine of the same name that was released also in 1991 by Sega, and a follow-up to Alien Storm. Right, that's all the history stuff out the way. Basically, it's Golden Axe, but sci-fi, and you're fighting aliens on Earth. Now, it's funny, when I first played this on the Spectrum, I wasn't a massive fan, but it's one of those games that the more you play it, the more you realise, what a good port it is. And another example of a machine that the Spectrum really should have been able to do justice with is simultaneous two-player. Let's get into it. So there are 3 selectable characters, a bloke, a bird and a robot, and they all have sort of different attributes. Right, C, change controls, Q up, A down, O left, P right, space, and W would be your POW. So we go with redefine keys. Let's go with redefine keys. But basically, homicidal aliens invade Earth and they're hell-bent on, well, enslaving us. Yeah, that's it. And you can do simultaneous two-player. And yeah, the more I've played it, I have completed it since, you realise what a damn fine, impressive port this is. It's monochromic. This is the 128K version, hence the funky, lovely music. Kind of limited in the game, the sounds, but yeah, it's great. Right, so anyway, 0 keys. Let's go. Hello? There we go, I think. Right, fire, fire. 1 player starts. There we go. Right, so, Gordon, Scooter, because that's a great name for a robot, and Carla. We're going to go with Gordon. Now obviously we've only got 2 buttons representing 3 buttons of the arcade and or the Mega Drive version. This is a tap file, so I don't have to worry about stopping or starting the tape. Mission 1, stage 1. Right, so yeah, it's monochromic, but look, it does resemble the arcade. I'm very, very impressed with this. Like I said, I was kind of harsh. Aliens hiding in the dustbins. I was kind of harsh the first time I played it. That was years ago, mind, but I mean, look at it. I mean, to me though, unless you're like me growing up with Spectrum, then you probably like not understand the charm of monochromic graphics. There are some titles in this list of arcade conversions where you will see me play more impressive ports, because that's the whole point of this. I wanted to show some ones that really were kind of punching above their weight and trying to be a little bit more different and daring. But monochromic does work well also for the Spectrum. Right, let's try my... Okay, you don't get to drop a bomb like you do in the arcades. That's understandable, but we're downtown. It looks damaged. It looks like the arcade sprites definitely represent the bad guys from the arcade. And it's an 8-bit 48K game. Well, 1 to 8K game. We know the limitations of the Spectrum when I refer to it in such said manner. Now, I've got gameplays of all the versions on my channel, apart from other home ports on the Spectrum. That's awesome. Totally like the arcade there. Well, within Spectrum form anyway. My health, my energy, my life, etc, etc, etc. Gordon's is down below. Energy drinks, that's what we do in this game. Before the sugar tax. Before the government pretended that they were trying to stop kids being fat, and it wasn't actually just an excuse to raise taxes. Ooh, politics in a Spectrum video. Come on, right. Now, can I do a charge? Can I get a witness? No, but you know, limited controls, we don't have access to more than that many buttons. Yoink. I mean, I don't know what it's placed like on the Commodore, but this to me is awesome sauce. Right, I just want to get to the bit to show you where it gets really impressive, because it does replicate the other style of gameplay from the arcade. Ooh, out the way, out the way, out the way. Where you get to do the first person shooting. So that's where I was, you know, I was a bit harsh on it the first time I played it. Didn't take it for what it was, which is impressive. Because it's not just a sight, hey, how did I do that? I could have read the instructions, but that's not part of the charm. It's just, you know, it's not just a side scroller. It does replicate all the other, well, the other style of gameplay from the arcades. And rather impressively, may I add. There you go, inside. Right, check it out. It's a tap file, so yeah, there you go. Right, crosshair. And they're hiding in the store. You can shoot all the stuff behind the shelves. They will fire at you. You will have to shoot the ones with like the mollusk looking ones with stuff on their back in the soft squidgy part of them, because their shells mean they would just take a hammering. But like I said, look, I'm blowing up the store and shit. There's the aliens, they're hiding behind, they're firing at me. This is brilliant. This is Alien Storm on ZX Spectrum. I mean, come on. Alright, I'm easily impressed, and I grew up with the Spectrum, but there you go. Right. Then we scroll on. Obviously, it's not scrolling continuously, but, you know, work with the limitations, I say. And I'm damn impressed. Oh, energy drink, sugar tax. My health is going down. Can't use your power weapon inside the store, but that makes sense, because why would you want to nuke inside the store? The damage would be incredible. Poor shopkeeper would never get himself back on his feet. Anyway, oh, I'm dead. Let's move on to the next game. So this is Altered Beast on the ZX Spectrum. Again, it's a Sega arcade conversion. A lot of these games will be Sega arcade conversions, but that's a testament to how popular Sega games were and the fact that people knew if they ported them to the Spectrum, they would be popular games. Anyway, Altered Beast, released in the arcades by Sega in 1988, and a huge hit. Undead Centurion, raised from his grave by Charlton Heston to rescue his daughter from the underworld by granting the power of various beasts. And it was released on the Spectrum by Activision in 1988. I believe it's a 1 to 8K version, but this is what I mean about wanting to show you a game that's a lot more ambitious than most of the ports on the ZX Spectrum. And by that I mean they've tried to introduce a lot of colour and work around the attribute clash, and it's got these cinematic screens from the start of the arcade machine. Again, I don't know what it's like on the Commodore or the Amstrad or anything like that, and frankly, I don't care. Let's have a look at what it's like on the Spectrum. I think it's a really, really good port. You know, again, working with the limitations of the machine. Right, so right off the bat, even from the title screen, you can see they've mixed it up with a lot of colour. Now, what do we want to go for? We want to go with player 1 select, A define. So up, down, left, right, fire. Keys of Champions. Enter to change players, space to start. Right, so I'm assuming, because this is, once again, this is simultaneous, like the previous game, this is simultaneous 2-player if you want it. So the fact that they've tried to introduce a lot of colour and work around attribute class while being simultaneous 2-player is really rather quite impressive. Charlton Heston, once again, I command you to rise from your grave and rescue my daughter. Why don't you just rise from your grave? There you go. Now, you're going to say poor. What you got to remember is no attribute clash. Decent music. This is something else. Take the heads off as well. They explode. Scrolls continuously. Ooh, one power up. I'm slightly arnified, so it does follow the arcade. As far as I can remember from playing this, that all the stages are in here. Jump, down, and punch. I'm not sure how you do all the moves. I don't know if there's limitations on that. Okay. What does the blue wolf do over the white wolf? Well, look at the limitation of attribute clash. You could argue that it's not the sharpest visuals in the world, but you take a hit, you go one way or the other. You go monochromic for detail. That's what the Spectrum was known for, doing the monochromic for detail. Go and colour would always be the root of attribute clash. So the fact that we don't have any is amazing. And the music's funky and delicious. This is really, really, really impressive. This is why I included it. So the blue ones are just hell. Why, if you look at the pictures in my face in the bottom left, and this is not a complaint, it's just an observation, I'm Stifler. Right. Oh shit, I can't fight you, I haven't turned into a wolf yet. Did I not get enough? I thought I got enough. Oh no, he does that in the arcade. Right, go on. Ooh! If they're rising from their grave, why are they falling from the sky? Just an observation. No, Shizen. Needed that, needed that. I want to show you. Wolf. Oh, hello. See, it's all in here. It's all in here. Man, they could do some wonderful stuff on the Spectrum. And you wonder why it's my favourite machine of all time. Yes, I love my Mega Drive, but my Spectrum. Jump you. Is awesome sauce. Get down. I can't jump down. To be fair, that's a fault in the arcade as well. Hello. Breaking out the synth keyboards. Boom. Jump, jump. Get down, get down. Hey, because I'm Arnie. See what I did there? Go on, let me get a wolf. Hey, that saved me. We like that. We like that a lot. Actually, we're going to go this way. Move! Yoink! I'm an undead slaying machine, even though I just walked into them. Alright, hello, white wolf please. Yoink! Look at this world, the number of sprites on the screen with a complete lack of slowdown. I would dare to say that I prefer this, or this is more impressive. There we go, wolfing it up. No we're not, yes we are, than the Master System version. I'm not sure how to charge attack them. Who bloody cares? Am I going to fight the bloke from the Crystal Maze? There I go. You press backwards and fire. That's interesting. Right, so face forwards and then press backwards and fire. That's how you work around the limitations of the Specky, didn't you know? Oh, I do like that. And there's colour in the dash. Right, let's break into the next game. One more fluck. The next game is Flying Shark, released in 1987 by Firebird, which was basically the software house division of British Telecom. Yeah. Now, basically, this was originally an arcade machine. Well, depending on where you were, either Sky Shark or Flying Shark. We knew it in the UK at least as Flying Shark. Released by Taito in 1987, but developed by Toaplan. And basically, the reason this is in it, even though you could argue it's probably not as impressive as some of the games are going to be in this list, is the sheer accuracy of the port. Top-down shoot 'em up where you shoot floor targets, aerial targets, and you have a super power bomb. Right, so it's monochromic. It comes back to what I said about you would have sharper graphical displays if stuff was monochromic, but it looks lovely. Got the guys who program its signatures, little tanks in the corners of the screen. It's actually a 48K game, ignoring the title screen music, because this is a ROM hack. What is it, a ROM hack on the Spectrum? Ooh! Now if I hold far down, you got your nuke, you get a nice snazzy effect, but look at the sheer number of stuff on screen, the absolute complete lack of slowdown. To be fair, all home ports were pretty impressive. Double fire, you know those fires that like double fire? But the Spectrum will always be, just have a place in my heart. An absolutely amazing box art as well. But anyway, your weapons, or your lives I should say, are on the left of the screen, as well as the number of, nukes or POWs you have. Ooh, and you can power up your weapons. And obviously you get points which will increase your lives. That's an extra nuke. It's a narrow screen, I'm dead, but that's, playing to the strengths of the Spectrum, and it's one or two two-player game. It's not simultaneous, it's take it in turns, but to be fair, that's what the arcade was, What do you want? Come on, if you're not impressed by this, you're dead inside. Nuke. Oh, I love you. Oh, shit. I mean, people say it's a bit difficult to see the people shooting at you because of the colour of the background. I don't think it's that bad, as long as the bullets they're shooting at you are nice and chunky, unlike other games, and they are in this. Lack of sound, or decent sound, is because it's 48K Spectrum. Yoink. Nuke. Oh, that was a complete waste of a nuke. Play this on joystick compared to the other versions of these, all the other games I played on this list. Hey, that nuke was a bit crap. It didn't take everyone else out. There's a sequel to this called Fire Shark, isn't there? Which I've got on the Mega Drive, but I don't think it was ever released on any of the other sort of the usual suspects back in the UK. There we go, that works. This looks lovely. I know I'm completely repeating myself and gushing like a sour twat, but this really does look awesome. And it's, oh, nuke, something else. I'll have an extra bomb. Being very generous with the weapons of death today, isn't it? I don't know who I've managed to please, but keep them coming. Sweet. I guess you could say it's the natural progression from the 1942 games, even though it's not made by Capcom, but let's be honest, all arcade companies back in the day ripped each other off. Or inspired by, I should say. They're going to turn around and fire at me, aren't they? Of course. Yoink! I mean, look at this. This is beyond impressive. It helps if you know the subject matter. I'm assuming if you're old like me, you know all of these games in this list. Anyway, come on, Flying Shark. This is epic sauce. And a decent, no, very accurate look. Representation of the arcade machine, including the fact that I'm absolutely screwed now. Shizen. Anyway, to the next game. So the next up is Golden Axe. It was released in 1990 by Virgin Games, but developed by Probe. Are we noticing a trend here with all these games across all these formats? It was pretty much the same developers that did them, and yeah, this is a really, really good shiny example, because while you can argue that this is basically, well, it's a precursor or pre-runner to Alien Storm, but kind of medieval, where this differs from that game, which is impressive, because it's monochromic, but it keeps like the sharpness or definition of the sprites. This tries to mix it up a bit, so the sprites take a bit of a hit in the definition, but it's got colour. It introduces colour, and it does it really, really well. And it is simultaneous 2 players. So what you got to remember with the Spectrum, even if you're playing with the 128K version, when you got that number of sprites on the screen, granted it's not going to be chucking them around like the arcade. To be able to do that and have simultaneous 2 player while chucking colour into the mix with no attribute clash is beyond impressive, and that's why it made it into the mix. Right, this is hacked because it let you see the end of the game, which is exactly like it is in the arcade, albeit in Spectrum form, where all the guys and creatures and monsters escape from the cabinet. So, see end? No. Infinite lives? No. Savor it. Savor it. Right. Look at this. I mean, again, it's the fact, alright, this is a late entry into the Spectrum's life, but it's the fact that they too try and replicate the fact that I told you the ending's in there, the music, in all its 1 to 8K A-chip glory. This is what I mean, this is impressive. This is trying to offer you slightly more than just a mundane port. Right. Redefine keyboard. See, as you can see, it is simultaneous 2-player. I wasn't lying up, down, left, right. Fire, magic. Now, the joys, it's got the selection screen of using magic when you play these games. Oh, not magic, control is firing up is how you do jump and stuff like that. It's got to work with the limitations of the, you know, the number of buttons you have. Could be worse, you could be playing it on a joystick. Right, we're going to go with Gilius. Oh, he wants you to select player 2. Ha, my bad. I don't care, because I'm not playing with player 2. Happy with your controls? Yes, indeedy. Right, so there we go. 1-player game. Right, now, if you see, bottom left is my magic and lives. Top left is my, well, my magic, sorry, my energy and lives are bottom left. If it was 2 players simultaneous, then that would be hers bottom right. See, hit fire to join. Now, before you say, well, it looks a bit crap. Personally, I don't think it does, but look, no attribute clash whatsoever. Yeah, the sprites have taken a hit, but there's no attribute clash. Right, you got all the moves, jump. And wait till you see the sheer number of stuff that comes on the screen. It's like 4 people can come on. That will include your 2-player, so your 2nd player. But that's unheard of. So 4 sprites, no attribute clash, no slowdown, colour. This is what I mean about trying to show games in here that, you know, punched above their weight. Trying to be a little bit more ambitious, because all the levels of the arcade are in here. Alright, it's 1 to 8K. You got your sword. Oh, that's so satisfying. It's Golden Axe. Again, like I said, you've got to put out your mind, which is, I think it looks a bit pants. It's not doing what Alien Storm did, because it's decided to introduce colour into the mix and do it in such a way that there's no attribute clash. And Probe were pretty good at that. We'll go up here. Should we try my No, because there's going to be those 2 big blokes with the hammers. There we go. Yoink. You can throw them. It's a little bit tricky. Look, you got your Oh, I've got my wagon. See? It's all in here. Oh man, the shit you could do with this Wonder Box blows me away. And I mean that in a good way. Obviously up and fire at the same time as jump, because you're working with the limitations of the number of buttons. Right. Same as the arcade and the Mega Drive, it's lining yourself up with the level they're on, isn't it? Probably I should have used one of those, because I could have recharged immediately. Right, is it the hammer time? Oh, shizen. Yeah! How'd you like them apples? There we go. Sweet! See what I mean? All the monsters are in here and everything. You didn't see this on the NES, did you? Oh, look, 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 look. Come on. Oh shit, magic. Magic. And when you use your magic, it actually, you know, does try to do the effect of the arcade. It doesn't do what it does on other games, where it just makes the outside of the screen light up. And these are hard bastards as well, which you would expect. They're supposed to be. Right, we're just going to charge them. Yoink! Oh! Ow! Stop, hammer time. See what I did there? As in, stop, hammer time. I don't like it. It hurts my face. What are they fucking... It's river dance. I'm gonna try that. Oh, no we're not. Got magic. Oh, I can't do it with one potion, can I? Yeah, I can. And they're still alive. Thought there was only one left, but they were pairing up. Yes, magic. I'm being cheap. I just want you to see a little bit more of the game. Hey! Anyone else smell burning hair? Well, there you go. Oh, bonus stage, increase your powers. Oh, and food. Look, even the food's coloured. So yeah, Golden Axe on the ZX Spectrum. I think this is a really ambitious and impressive port because, as I said, take into consideration all things. Simultaneous 2-player, the number of people on the screen. Look, we're in the village, all the colour and no attribute clash. Right, let's jump into the next... I forgot what great port this is. Let's jump into the next game. Next up we have Shadow Dancer, originally an arcade machine released by Sega in 1989, and it's the follow-up, second and last game in the Shinobi series. It was released on all the usual suspects in the United Kingdom, this being a Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore, Amiga and Atari ST in 1991 by US Gold. Now what's interesting is US Gold ported the arcade machine to the home systems. Sega didn't even try and port the arcade machine to the Mega Drive. Now, it's impressive because it's really, really big, chunky sprites. Basically, you're a ninja, you've got a dog, you have to rescue hostages, or was it bombs in this one? I can't remember. But it's really, really big, chunky sprites. For the most part, it's monochromic, but it does add in a pinch of colour here and there. But it's just a decent, big, fat, graphically, you know, decent impression of the arcade machine. We should shut up now and define keys so you can see what I'm waffling about. I've never liked that when it tells me what pauses I can't select it, but meh. Right, so N, left, right, down, up. How am I going to work my dog? Oh well, right, 0, start. So you start from the airport. There I am, see, lies, magic, got magic, there's my dog, hold down fire, and then your dog runs at them. Got my shuriken. Jump. Look at it, look at the size of the sprites and the animation. It's the airport stage. I'm easily impressed. Well, I think this is impressive, also when we're making this video. No, bloke with gun. Oh, and I didn't see the bullet. Well, I did see the bullet, I didn't duck quickly enough, but it's Shadow Dancer. Hold. We'll save our dog for what you should do from the arcade version. Animation's nice. It's the huge sprites. Is wait till we see the bloke. There he is. Hold down far. Go get him, Fido. And again, Fido. Go get him. See? It does exactly what it says on the tin. Go up top. Ooh, so you got your 2 tiers. And unlike Shinobi, which was in one of my earlier arcade top 10s, the 2-tier system is not torn between, you know, screens. You can see it and you can access it. You don't get this horrible, which don't get me wrong, I really liked Shinobi port, but you don't get this horrible sort of 2 screens existing in different points of time. You know what I mean if you play Shinobi. Can we do this? Get down. Oh, I couldn't duck. Doesn't mess around, does it? Well, it's a bloody hard arcade machine, mind. But yeah, it dumps you straight back at the start. Have I got unlimited shuriken? Maybe I got stock in the company. Right, get him, Fido. And again. Yeah, good boy. Marrowbone jelly is the reward for you. Right, I'm only going up top when I see what I need to collect. I know this is a Spectrum video, but I am going to say this quickly. Why did they not port? Oh, shizen. We'll try and port the arcade to the Mega Drive. They did to the Master System. You're probably not going to see much of this because that proves what an accurate port it is. This is bloody hard. Get him. Oh no, I shot him. Up. For my dog. He's just as acrobatic as I am. Oh, no, we don't need that. Got to be stood up to do that, then that makes sense. I must have macky pockets for all these shuriken, but I'm not complaining. Right, we're doing it here, because I can send my dog. Oh, yeah! Oh, shit! I saw that one and I got up too quickly. Oh, this is gonna... Yes, yes, yes. How do I do my magic? Do I have to collect magic first? Not like that. Okay. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Again, I don't know what this looks like on the Commodore or anything like that. Frankly, I don't care. This is a ZX Spectrum list. Sweet. See, look, as well, it's not just monochromic. They have mixed in. All right, granted, you've got a bit of attribute clash, but only when he jumps. But they have mixed in colour. Yeah. Get down. Shit, he shot me in mid-air. Basically, it's a memorisation game. With ninjas and dogs. I'm assuming, was this US, it was US Gold, but was it entirely them, or did they do what they always used to do, either get probe or tier text to do it? Oh, that's how you use magic. You press down twice while holding fire, which I can't do again because I've just used my magic. See, only having one fire button was never a holdback in the days of the Spectrum. Yoink. Fire. Ah, you've got the bounce mechanic, like the arcade. Accurate. That dog mechanic is cool, especially on a Spectrum game. Well, by that I mean, they've got the mechanic from the arcade. There you go, there's a bomb. Shit. Right, now this is where it gets tricky. Especially since I ballsed up there. Is there a... No. Is there a checkpoint? It's probably after that point. But you can see, it's in it. The stage is represented fairly from the arcade. Assuming you've played the arcade version. Oh, that statement is pointless. Oh, balls. Get up. Yeah. How do you like them apples? Anyway, right? Shadow Dancer. I think this is damn impressive. Else it wouldn't have made the list. To the next game. This is LED Storm, or LED Storm. I never really worked out how to pronounce it. It's an arcade machine released by Capcom in 1988. It's a top-down scrolling racer, essentially a rally game set in the future where you've got a life bar and you've got a distance gauge which you have to get to while racing everyone else. It's made by Software Creations again, released under the Go label, which is a subsidiary of US Gold, and it was released in 1990, and it was released on all the user formats. But the reason I love this game is it's going to be monochromic. It's 128K. Listen to that lovely AY chip. It's so smooth. Now I'm not going to do it justice because I absolutely suck at it, but there's no reason for it not to be put in here just because I'm pants at it, because it is so smooth. It's really, really, really like impressive. Like, oh my god, I'm restoring again. Really impressive on how it handles it and captures it, but it's really frantic, really hectic. He's a legend, by the way, that bloke Mike Folin. He's a legend. So's Timothy Folin, his brother, who does the music. But let's get into it. This is one of my twin brothers' favourite arcade games. So yeah, I'm going to suck at it, but I wanted to put it in there because if I can just get some speed up, you'll see how impressive it is, monochromic or not. Right. Basically because of what's going on. I like these controls. Are you ready for simple controls? One. Here we go. Left, right, faster, slower, jump. I want to live in a world where everything's that simple. Right, and then fire. There we go. Listen to the music. So this is essentially a rough overview or map of what you've got to do. Boom. Right, so, level 1, capital. Now, like I said, it's monochromic. It's narrow screen, but so's the arcade. Now, you've got to be Johnny on the spot with the ammo, because blokes appear like these, oh, and they throw shit at you. Yoink! And divides in the road come up really quickly. Look how smooth, jump. They're mutants because it's the future. Pesky mutants, always mutants. Yeah, look how smooth it is. Get out of the way. What are you, a pace car? Yeah, but you got to be, oh shit, that's what I mean. But look at the parallax. Move your drop ship. Parallax, super tight sprites, bollocks. Make sure you hit the rams. Everything about this is pure reactions. So you're probably better off typing in a gameplay of someone who can actually play it. I just wanted to show it to you because power up. Oh, because it is damn fine to look at. That's oil. Where's my I don't dare look at my distance gauge and see what's going on, because I just lose it. Did we make it? Are we back? We're back. Points for the quote. No, we did. We died because I'm god awful. But like I said, I had to show it to you just to see if I can get a little bit further this time because of the speed and how smooth it is. Sometimes the Spectrum is not known for being able to chuck this level of speed and sprites and stuff on the screen. Generally, with Parallax, at this level of smoothness. He's basically the pace car I got to keep up with. Well, no, my main opposition. Yoink! Keep left. No, mutants. Pesky mutants. Damn! Oh, he's on my car! Keep left, keep left. Oh, and he makes it! And he made it again! Cooking on gas. What are those things? Like I said, I mean, you practice, and practice makes perfect, but it's so much. Jump. I got it? No, you got to jump to catch those. Can't jump diagonally, something else I should realise. There's just so much going on at once. Flying into your eyes to the back of your head. Yoink! Ah! Ooh, never played any of the other versions, never seen what any of the other versions like. Quite frankly, don't care, because I'm a Spectrum boy. Well, you know that, it's my channel. Hopefully that's why you watch it. Careful there, Dave, you can't jump diagonally. Shit. That is smooth. That's like wiping your ass with silk. Points for that quote. I stand by it, it's a descriptive term, but points for that quote. Ass! Ooh! I'm not going to jump. Oh, I jumped. Bollocks. One more go, one more go. Oh, hey, I got on the high score. Right, concentrate. I should see if I can select. I don't think you can select. It's Capcom, of course it's not. It gives you your little sort of route at the start, like it does in all their games, whether it's Ghouls and Ghosts, you know, Trojans and stuff, just to show you where you've got to go. Right, so as I said, those cans that fall from the sky, you've got to jump to catch them. But the problem is, and that's because it does it in the arcade, you can only jump forward, you can't jump diagonally, so that's where it causes problems. That and the fact that I'm crap at it. Mutants! It should let you run them over, surely. Oh, he's coming in behind me. Yeah, surely it should let me... Balls! Let me run them over. I'm so sorry, I'm so shit at this. Don't press fire before the ramp though, because that's like a main jump. You don't want to use your jump because that's short range. Hopefully that makes sense. Ooh. Well, there you go. I'm going to call it quits there because I absolutely suck at it. But Leadstorm, like I said, it's just so impressively smooth and fast if you can play it, which I can't. Anyway, on to the next game. Now we come to a highlight of this list. This is Way Le Mans. I think that's how you pronounce it. I honestly don't know. It's a racing game originally released in the arcades by Konami in 1988, and it's based on the 24-hour car racing event. And this the Spectrum version is really impressive. It's second only to Chase HQ for speed, smoothness, undulation, sheer number of cars, and quite frankly sheer graphic impressiveness on the system when it comes to driving games. It's better than Outrun, it's better than Enduro Racer, it's better than Super Hang-On. Now, why have I not put Chase HQ in this list? Well, if you're new to my channel, I've already released a bunch of these videos, so in case you're wondering why any haven't made the grade, that would be the reason why. With this, for some reason, I've never featured in any of those videos, so we got to get on that. Obviously released by Imagine Software, and the Spectrum version is second only to the Amstrad version. This shit's all over the Commodore version. This is an amazing port. Right, let's get into it. Right, so we need to define key. This is that. Right, I think it was 1986 in the arcade actually. Right, left, right, brake, accelerate, and you've got gear. Right, and I mean to change and shift. I don't mean gear like when you're at college. Right, 0, start game. Obviously it's going to be monochromic and play to the Spectrum's strengths, but there is some colour in it. Look. Right, accelerate, I'm blue, they're all a different colour. change gear when you hear your revs maxing out. It's so smooth. Oh crap. It's a tad tricky, you got to be very spatially aware. Change down. You see my gear stick on the left, you can see my knob. Ooh, change up. But yeah, look at it. Speed, how the road dips, how the road moves. Oh, I was going to say the bad guys, but they're just other cars. The problem is, unless you keep up with them from the start, they bunch up to such an extent that you can't get through. If you can take them on the first corner, then you're fine. Well, you're not fine, it's not a walk in the park, but this is graphically lush. There's a gap, wide road. Come on, come on. See, you hear me? Oh, shitbird. Hear me braking and stuff like that? You can see that you've got proper control. We'll have another go in a minute and I'll try and like not get so slapped around right at the start. Oh, I've made the extended play though, so you can see what it's like. But yeah, it's because they bunch up on the corners. I'm not using that as excuses, but change down. Ooh, yoink. See, it's a little bit more than your standard racing game because the road is so narrow. There's a little bit more sort of skill to it, I would say. True to form, playing a racing game, I've got an itchy nose. But look at it, look at the hill. Where am I raising my voice? I don't know. Go right. Ooh. Go left. Don't bunch up. Ah. You've got to keep remembering to change your gear as well. That's a nice touch. Impressive touch, I should say. But no, it isn't as impressive as the graphics. I just wish I was better at it so I could show you a more impressive run. Do the game some justice. But again, impressive that your sprite is a different colour. Even Chase HQ didn't do that. Oh, too bad. The pack opened up and that's when I got into my thread. You can see on the right there's a little thing that depicts your steering, whether you know how central you are. Leaf circuit, far out players. Right, let's try one more. I'm gonna suck again, but look, don't let that detract from what an amazing port this is. Right, come on, stay in the middle. Up the middle. There we go. That's what I meant about. See, I wasn't making it up. There will be other cars. See? It's 24 hour. They do you in staggered starts, don't they? Or do they? Do you still have to run to your car like you used to back in the day? Well, I don't know that because I never used to do it. But you know what I mean. Ooh. Back when Jaguar were boss. That's right, I said Jaguar, not Jaguar. You know, how it's spelt. Sorry. That's a Jerry Clarkson joke, sorry. Yoink! Look at this! Cooking on gas. Cooking on lay gas. Should have said that out loud, should I? Extended play. Because I'm a sexy Le Mans. See what I did there? Or Le Garçon. Oh, shut up now. Canary signs at the side of the road. No, what? I have no idea. Change down. What happened there? Get back in. Ladies and gentlemen, I think oh no! I was wheel spinning. Do you know what? That has never happened to me before. Weird. La merde. See what I did there? My angry wasp though, he's making up the pace. Well anyway, I think you get what I'm on about how good and great this game is. I mean look at it, it's awesome sauce. Like I said, second, look at that road. Second only to Chase HQ. Anyway, on to the next game, methinks. This is Line of Fire. It was released in the arcades in 1989 by Sega. It was a one or simultaneous two-player gun game. Think Operation Wolf or Operation Thunderbolt. Two blokes going to stop terrorists. But where it was really interesting, because Operation Thunderbolt kind of did this, but not to the extent that this did, it was a sprite scaler to replicate a 3D environment of you going directly into the screen. Where levels you'll see the first one where you're inside a building, then the second one you're outside and you're in vehicles. Now, that was an incredibly bold thing for US Gold to try and port to the home systems in 1990. Even Sega didn't try and do that to their Mega Drive, and they did a port to the Master System, but they completely changed the style of gameplay. So this is a really impressive game, or arcade port, or ambitious again, as I said with this list. And it's not just 1 to 8K, it's 48K as well, but it has no sound. So anyway, you've got fire, and then you've got your power weapon, and it's even on the Spectrum, it's simultaneous 2-player, and it's balls hard. Right, so there we go. Keyboard for me. So look, it's replicating moving around an environment. It's balls hard. Your sprites, you got fire, space. It is a massive explosion. It is, I can tell you this before because we did play it 2-player back in the day. It is, and not just in the arcade, but on the Spectrum also. Far easier with 2 people, as you would expect. You've got turrets on the roof, you've got bad guys, you've got to shoot stuff to collect stuff and things like that. Your life, your seat, health on the floor, which you will need. Basically, don't get me wrong, I think Operation Wolf, which is in a previous arcade Spectrum list of mine, is really impressive. But even that doesn't try and do this pseudo 3D effect like this did, which obviously is why it's a very ambitious port of the arcade. And it was lauded for it back in the day as well. Yoink. But it's so hard, and I've just worked out, because I'm an idiot, that's ammunition, I can hold fire down. Of course, the problem with that is you will piss through your ammunition. Right, hang on. Oh, try and conserve. Short controlled bursts. Why? Because Hicks said so. See what I did there? Oh, there are ladders on the roof actually, because guys can drop down them. Oh, health. Oh, and they are turrets as well. Been a while, but look at it. Alright, yes, monochromic, playing to Spectrum straights, but it's really damn impressive. Let's see what you can do with a, well, in this case, 48K. Oh, bad guys. They got rockets. This is what I mean, you need 2 of you. How many of those have I got? It's Riverdance again. Seems to be a theme with arcade games in the 90s. Oh! Oh, I've still got them, No, I'm not, I'm out. See, surely it should only give me 1 to face. I'm not complaining about the conversion because it's doing it from the arcade. If there's just 1 of me playing, then it should just give me 1 bad guy. Yoink! Come on. Hey! And rinse and repeat. But each level has this pseudo 3D effect, which is really impressive for the Spectrum. Anyway, next game, methinks. And the penultimate game on this list is Space Gun, released in the arcades by Taito in 1990. It's another into-the-screen gun game, where the cabinet had 2 guns fitted to the front of it. It's basically a sci-fi shooting game, you know, think Operation Wolf, but heavily ripping off the Aliens franchise. Now, Ocean ported this to the home systems and the Spectrum in 1992. To put that into perspective, because you'll see it in this game, and that's why I've included it, because not only is it a good fun game, you know, light gun game, or in this case cursor game, there's no attribute clash, and it's loaded with colour. And that's because 1992 was essentially 10 years into the life of the Spectrum, and pretty much officially the last year that all the main software houses produced software to it before moving on. Because you've got to remember, the Mega Drive and the SNES were out at this point, and even the Amiga and the Atari ST was losing ground to those machines. Right, let's get into it. But this is beyond impressive, and again, it's simultaneous 2-player. And anything that rips off Aliens, come on. Right, so, story is, man begins deep space exploration. You've got all your little cutscenes from the arcade, which is really cool. I'm hoping I can work out what the controls. However, there are many unknown dangers in space. Well, vacuum being one of them. I've seen Event Horizon, I don't want my eyes to explode. Anyway, spaceship signaling for help. The new horror is awakened. Well, we must have known something was there because we went in with guns. Right, so up, down. Space is fire. M is change your weapons. Now look, it's like line of fire. It's got this pseudo into the screen 3D effect. What's it? Aliens burst out the wall. You can shoot limbs of them off and stuff like that, see? There's no attribute clash whatsoever. It's beyond impressive. I mean, like I said, it's the last year of Spectrum's official sort of life when it comes to software and stuff like that. But, hang on, change weapon, rocket launchers, health, rocket and shit down below. Then you gotta save it. Look, parallax. Oh, changing your weapons is a little bit awkward. That's me, not it. But yeah, look at it. Come on, no attribute clash. Your gun overheats. Just do it. It's doing that trick where it puts a black border around it. Move forward. You've got to move backwards as well, but I can't remember how you do it because you can in the arcade move backwards. Don't kill him. He's a hostage. You get points for them. Facehuggers. See? I mean, basically, they've ripped aliens off. Flamethrower. Thank you. You're welcome. Run faster, boy. I don't know if they have a weakness now. Oh, shit, shoot. Shit, shoot the little facehugger bastards. You can see at the top of the screen, I'm dead. How many, oh no, that was pause. Hostages I have to rescue. I don't know if that's what you have to do to progress, because I suck at this game. I sucked at the arcade, but this is, so look, shooting limbs off. It's bad enough that the aliens hate you. Why is the home defense trying to kill me? Because the quarterback is toast. Die, you alien bastards. Little bit slow down. What do you expect? Look at the size of the sprites. This gun's quicker. So the other gun was more powerful, but this gun's quicker. We like this gun, therefore. Look, it's ripped off the... Oh, hang on. Ripped off the alien's motion tracker. Did I just shoot him? No, he said thank you, I think. In the middle of the screen. Again, I'm assuming with two... Look, he's lost an arm. Got your arm. With two people, it would be hell of a lot easier. But that's my fault for it being late at night and Billy no mates. And everyone I know doesn't love the Spectrum as much as me. Oh, shit. Rocket launchers, they're the future. Oh. I'm out of rockets. Oh, no. They're shooting the shit out of me. Balls. I do like that slashing effect. Obviously that's lifted straight from the arcade. He's got no arms. 'Tis but a scratch. But he's pointing the quote. He's still coming at me. I keep hitting pause. I don't even know what pause is. He's got no head and he's still coming at me. That's commitment to the cause. Get that guy a job in retail. Seriously. Double airlocks. Time bonus. There you go. See what I mean? No attribute clash. You know, loads and loads of colour. That's beyond impressive. Anyway, to the final game. So the last game would be Shadow Warriors, released in 1990 by Ocean across all the home formats, based on the arcade machine of the same name, at least in Europe, but was known as Ninja Gaiden in North America, that was released in 1988, which was released at the same time as the NES version, which was nothing to do with the arcade game. 1 or 2 simultaneous, 2-player fighting game when you move from left to right as ninjas to go and get, is it your girlfriend back? Where this version differs from the other version, because the Commodore 64 version is like the arcade, really small sprites. I don't know why they went this route, but they decided to show you what the Spectrum could do. They really tried to. It's got a huge sprite, it's got loads of colour. It's a bit tricky to control, but you get used to it and it plays really well, and it blew everyone away back in the day. Now, right, so there we go, top of the screen. So it's 1 to 8K only. Credits. There I am. Look at the size of my sprites. Punch. There we go. Kick. The blokes will come towards me in a minute. You can jump off the phone box. See? Like you can in the arcade. But be aware, because they will pen you in. It plays like the arcade. Now you're probably looking at it. Like I said, you got to think Spectrum. But this was... You weren't supposed to be able to get sprites this big with this much colour and no attribute clash. People really worked their way around that. Look, explosion. Here we go. You can go up the tiers. It's got the Jason Voorhees mask on. Run away. Ooh, look at the colour. Flashing red means I'm taking a pummeling. It plays easier on joystick, to be fair. Oh, I'm dead. Kick them away. Seems to be the future. And then you separate them. There we go. See? Right, how do we go up? Like that. Up. Look at it. This is just something else. You got to remember in 1990 this was something else. We weren't used to these home ports. They were always monochromic. Could it have had more detail if it was monochromic? Probably. I don't care. This is awesome sauce. And that's what I've tried to do with this list, is show you stuff that's a little bit more ambitious than sort of your average Spectrum arcade port. Not that they were bad when they were monochromic, but you know, towards the end of the system's life, oh, he's stolen my clothes. You know, they just tried all kinds of tricks. See, it's got the same black border around the colour to separate from the background. I'm shit at this. Don't know that to detract from what a great game this is. And the reason it was changed its name to Shadow Warriors was the same as Ninja Turtles. But see, you got your flip back then, which is apparently the word ninja was terrible, terrible. You could have gone to school and dropped the F-bomb and they wouldn't have given a shit. But if you said ninja you, they go, oh my god, David, did you just say the ninja word? Every time you say a ninja word, an angel doesn't get his wings. Send him to his mother. Seriously, you have no idea in the United Kingdom, like, how shit your pants people were over Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. And we'll say, oh no, we don't want kids having nunchucks and shit and going around the street. Won't someone please think of the children? And you got to remember, at this point, Maud Flanders was still alive. Anyway, that's why it became Shadow Warriors. Not sure about the rest of Europe. Didn't realise they were as pussified as the UK was in the 90s. Oh, look, but look at the number of sprites as well. Sorry for that little distraction there. Yeah, we'll have it. There we go. Look at the number of sprites on the screen as well. Should have done more when I was invulnerable. As I said in many of these games, number of sprites, size of sprites, no attribute clash. Good times. And Dave is shit. Boom. Chunky sound effects too. Ah. I mean, what? Oh, we can use the old edge trick, can't we? I don't mean like the guy from U2, as in the edge trick is how not to pay your taxes by putting them in an offshore account. I mean, kick them off the edge. See? But they can also do it to you. Ah, well there you go. That was the final game in this list of great, unambitious arcade ports on the ZX Spectrum. Look, you can still move. It's just like the arcade. Anyway, let's round up. So there you have it, another 10 great ZX Spectrum arcade ports. Whether you agree with my choices or not, maybe you think, well Dave, why did you put that one in it? As I said at the start of this video, I tried to pick ones that showed that the Spectrum really was capable of working around its limitations, such as attribute clash and stuff like that, and having a great amount of colours on the screen at the same time, and also porting machines that you simply would not think could be ported to the Spectrum, such as Shadow Dancer and Alien Storm. So, as always, I really hope you enjoyed this. If you had any of these games back in the day on the Spectrum, I'd love to know what you thought of these arcade conversions. And if you have any more suggestions for arcade games you would like to see me play on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, by all means leave a comment in the doohickey down below. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.